with regards to this. Although spoiler, pwede talaga if may choices. Yung gusto lang natin is ma-develop yung skills natin sa algebra. Ayan. Okay, so without further hello, mic test. Hello, hello, sound check. Wait lang ha. Okay, good evening. So magandang gabi sa ating lahat, no? And this officially, no, this is the day 3 of our bootcamp here at Jersey. Okay? So magandang gabi sa ating lahat. And before we begin, no, please confirm sa comment natin whether it's the FB Live or dito sa ating Padlet, no? If ang tawag ito, if the audio is okay. Okay? So that we can make some adjustments before tayo magsimula. Yan. Hello po, online preview lang po kasi kami nag-avail. Paano po namin ma-access yung video sa website? With this types of concern class, no, it's better to chat, no, the FB page of Dilisanya. Sila lang yung makaka-address yan ng concern. But don't you worry, I will take a screenshot of this comment and then forward ko lang sa aming admin, ha? Sige, thank you so much, no, for addressing that concern. By the way, before we begin, I'm engineer, no, Gerard Vincent P. Batusin, no? So, I've been here in Jersey for 2.5 years, ayan, no? So, mag-3 years na ako next year dito sa Jersey, ayan, no? And I'll be currently, I'm an MSTC instructor, but for the April batch, I'll be transferred to HPGE. Okay? So, yan yung mangyayari. But maybe sometimes, no, I'll teach some MSTC subjects. Ganun. So, jump lang ako from MSTC to HPGE test. Ayan. Audible po, sir. Okay na po, sir. Good evening din po. Ayan. Good evening, sir. Student here from Aklan. Okay, good. Thank you, no, that we have a lot of students watching, no, from all around the Philippines. No? Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Ayan. Okay, feel free to comment lang. No? Feel free to comment. Feel free to ask if any concerns. No? If you have anything. Ayan. Okay, so ngayon, we'll have basic algebra. This will be part 1 ng ating bootcamp, no, sa basic algebra. And we'll have part 2 of this one sa Friday. Okay? So Wednesday, iba yung instructor na mag-conduct ng bootcamp. It's not me. I think it's Engineer Laios ata. So ako Friday pa, no? Friday ako babalik, no, this week. So we will have basic algebra part 2. Ngayong gabi, review lang muna natin talaga yung mga basics on how the fundamentals of algebra work. Okay? Like siguro, meron dyan mga marurunong, no? Siguro mabuboringan kayo sa topic natin ngayong gabi, no? But again, that's what we're here for, no? To review the concepts, no? Or to review the basics in algebra. And mind you, class, na yung algebra, ito talaga yung pinaka-foundation natin in solving problems in civil engineering. So yung algebra, magagamit ito hindi lang sa math, HPGE, pati sa ISAD. Take note, we're dealing with equations. Ayan. And what better tool to manipulate those equations? Of course, if you have mastered algebra. Ayan. Okay? So yan yung i-review natin ngayon. And ngayong gabi is tatlo lang po yung magiging topics natin. Okay? So tonight, we'll be starting off with laws of exponent. Ayan. Tapos radicals. Very simple lang. No? And then last will be the properties of logarithms. And of course, kasali na dyan yung tinatawag natin na natural logarithm. Okay? So, yan lang yung magiging topic natin ngayong gabi. No? And wala mo na masyadong calculator technique. No? Ayan, with regards to this. Although spoiler, pwede talaga if may choices. Yung gusto lang natin is ma-develop, no, yung skills natin sa algebra. Ayan. Okay, so without further ado, if wala na kayong ibang concern, good evening, sir. Sino po ang mag-handle sa PISAD? Si Sir Diego po, our very own review director. Si Engineer Tariga, and possibly si Engineer Kimbal. Ayan, no? Alright, so, begin na tayo, class, no? Begin our discussion for this evening, no? We only have 3 hours for tonight. So, I'll be showing you here different types, no? Different types of problems. And then, within those problems, doon na natin i-review yung mga concept. Okay? So, let's have your exercise number 1. Yung task natin is just to simplify each of these algebraic expressions. Now, I want this class to be as interactive, no? So, if you can answer this one in advance, you may post your answers, no? Either sa Padlet or sa FB Live comment, walang problema. But if gusto nyo lang mag-chill, like sabay lang sa discussion, wala din problema. Okay? Now, upon looking at these problems or expressions, the way to simplify this one is by review laws of exponent. Yan. Tapos radicals. Very simple lang. No? And then last will be the properties of logarithms. And of course, kasali na dyan yung tinatawag natin na natural logarithm. Okay? So, yan lang yung magiging topic natin ngayong gabi. No? And wala mo na masyadong calculator technique. No? Ayan, with regards to this. Although spoiler, pwede talaga if may choices. Yung gusto lang natin is ma-develop, no, yung skills natin sa algebra. Ayan. Okay, so without further ado, if wala na kayong ibang concern, good evening, sir. Sino po ang mag-handle sa PISAD? Si Sir Diego po, our very own review director. Si Engineer Tariga, and possibly si Engineer Kimbal. Ayan, no? Alright, so then you raise it to a exponent. Yan yung tinatawag natin na power of a power. Power, exponent. And para ma-evaluate natin yan, ganito lang yung gagawin mo. Yung exponent sa labas, i-multiply mo lang yan sa loob. Dita, result. So yan yung power of a power rule. Okay? And then, we also have power of a product. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng power of a product, sir? Ganito yung itsura niya. Yan. Okay, so paano ba natin i-interpret to? Pag sinabing power of a product, meron kang dalawang powers na minultiply, and then, they are raised to an exponent. Okay, so tinawag na power of a product. Kasi meron kang minultiply na dalawang expressions, ito yung exponent nila, and then both of them are raised to another exponent. And of course, para ma-evaluate mo yung result na yan, yung exponent sa labas, i-multiply mo lang yan sa dalawang exponents inside your parentheses. O, yan yung power of a product rule. Okay? Then you also have power of a quotient. So ano naman yung power of a quotient? Meron ka dito, parang fraction. No? Yan. You have a fraction, numerator, denominator. Ito yung kanilang exponents. They are raised to another exponent. And just like rule number 4, okay, para ma-evaluate natin yung result, yung exponent sa labas, i-multiply mo yan sa exponent to each of the numerator and the denominator. Okay, naging ganito yung result. X to the an, y to the an. Okay, so yung power of a quotient. And then, you have your zero exponent rule. It's very simple lang, class. When you say zero exponent, any quantity raised to zero will always be equal to 1. Kahit 1 million pa yung base mo, class, when you raise it to 0, it's always equal to 1. Any base raised to 0, always equal to 1. Okay? And then, you have here, negative exponent rule. Paano ba ito i-interpret? Ganito lang. Say, for example, you have this power, x to the negative a. Magiging result nito is reciprocal lang yan. When you say reciprocal, numerator is 1. Okay, kumaga parang kabaliktaran niya. That's what you mean by reciprocal. And then, eto, pupunta na yan sa baba, and yung exponent niya magiging positive. So, yan yung negative exponent rule. Okay? So, say for example, no, you have this one, b to the negative 4. According to rule number 7, that's just equal to, palaging 1 yan, over, eto, nasa denominator na, but your exponent will now be positive. So, ganyan. Yung negative exponent rule. Okay? And finally, you have rule number 8, which is fractional exponent rule. Okay? So, yung fractional exponent rule naman is if you have a quantity raised to a fractional exponent, mako-convert lang natin yan into radical. Yan. Okay? So, sa radical, okay, i-maximize ko yan. B, yan, x to the a. So, na-notice natin na parts of radical, etong quantity outside the radical sign, this is what we call the index. Tapos, eto naman, yung nasa loob ng radical, this is your radical. Okay? Yan. So, basically, if eto yung exponential form mo, pag gagawin mo yung radical, okay, yung x, yan, yung base, nasa loob yan ng radical, magiging exponent niya is yung numerator ng exponent, and then yung denominator, yan yung magiging index ng radical. So, say for example, no, you have a quantity that is b raised to 1/3. Yung equivalent radical nito, according to rule number 8, is just this. Prepare mo yung radical sign, then yung index nito is kung ano yung denominator ng ating exponent, which is 3. Yung base mo, nasa loob ng radical, yung exponent niyan is simply the numerator of the fractional exponent. So that's b to the 1, or simply that's equal to cube root of b. Okay? So yan, nireview lang po natin, no, yung ating laws of exponents. Okay? So you may take a screenshot for this. Okay lang sa akin yan, walang problema. Okay? May mga sagot na sila. Very good. So pwede nyo i-screenshot, no? Walang problema yan. Alright, so sagutan na natin. Sige, let's go to number 1, no, na example natin. So starting with this, well, very obvious, no? 3x cubed y to the 4, operation is multiply. So I think yung pwede nating apply dito is the product rule. Yung coefficients, multiply mo lang yan. And then you have here powers of the same base, x cubed times x. And you also have here y to the 4 times y to the 5. Okay? Now, yung constants, recta lang yan multiply. 3 times 4 is 12. Ayan, no? And then, yung x cubed, tsaka x, pwede din yan na-multiply. Okay? And according to product rule, just keep the base, add the exponents. Yung x, meron yung 1 na exponent. Same thing with y to the 4 and y to the 5. So, keep the base, add the exponents. So, the final answer there would be 12x to the 4, y to the 9. Ganyan lang, no? Now, for number 2 naman, ganito siya. Okay? Alright, now tip lang, no? You're dealing here with two fractions. Minultiply natin, and each of the fractions are raised to an exponents. Okay? Now, before natin i-multiply yung dalawang fractions na to, yung gagawin muna natin is to apply the quotient rule to each of the fraction. Okay? So, para hindi tayo mahirapan. So, if merong exponent talaga sa labas, no, ng parentheses, unahin nyo muna to, i-multiply nyo sa loob. Okay? Ayan. So, applying the quotient rule, no, or power of the quotient, sorry, to each of the following fractions, magiging ganito yan. So, yung 2, multiply mo dito, no, sa exponent ng 2, magiging 2 squared yan. Multiply mo din yan dito, multiply mo din sa exponent dito. Ayan. Same thing with 3, multiply dito sa exponent, multiply din dito sa exponent. Okay? So, magiging 2 squared, ayan. Then, this will become r, no, 3 times 2, and 2, then s cubed, r times 3 times 3. Pag i-simplify natin yan, this will become 4, r to the 6, s squared, and this will become x cubed, r to the power of 9. Okay? Now, yung susunod mo na gagawin is to multiply the two fractions para maging single fraction na lang siya. So, to multiply fractions, multiply the numerator and numerator, multiply denominator and denominator. Ayan. So, pag i-multiply natin yan, magiging ganito. Okay? And once naging single fraction na to, tingnan nyo, di ba we can apply the quotient rule. Bakit? Kasi sa numerator, meron kang r, meron kang r. You have same base, meron ka ding s, meron ka ding s. Same base. And according to the quotient rule, di ba, you simply, yung 4 wala na, copy mo na lang yan. Kasi wala naman siyang pwedeng ma-divide dito. Technically, meron na which is 1, but we can just copy that one. Okay? So, keep the base, subtract the exponent kapag quotient rule. Okay? So, you have r to the 6 minus 9, and you have s to the 3 minus 2. Pag simplify natin yan, magiging ganito. Di ba, 6 minus 9 is negative 3, 3 minus 2, that is equal to 1. Now, meron kang power with a negative exponent. Di ba, pwede natin yang ma-convert. And that is according to rule number 7, which is applying the negative exponent rule. So, yung r to the negative 3, magiging reciprocal lang yan with a positive exponent, and then you simply multiply the rest of the terms. So, yung sagot nito is just 4s over r cubed. Ganyan. Okay, you may take a screenshot, no, of this slide. Gusto nyo? Okay, and let me move to the third, no, example. Ayan. So ito, no, medyo complicated yung fraction natin. But kung i-investigate mo individually, no, yung ating mga expression class, meron silang exponent sa labas. Okay? And at the same time, yung mga expression sa loob ng parentheses, multiplication, no, yung operation. So meaning, pwede nating i-apply yung power of a product. So yung exponent sa labas, multiply nyo sa mga exponent sa loob. Yan. So that's the first step. Pag may exponent sa labas ng parentheses, multiply nyo muna talaga sa loob. Okay? So yung negative 3, multiply mo sa 2, multiply mo sa 3, multiply mo sa negative 2 here. Yung negative 1 half, ganun din. Multiply mo dito, negative 3, merong 1 dito, may 3 din dyan. Same thing with negative 5 over 2. Merong 1 dyan, merong 1, may negative 3. Multiply nyo lang sa exponents. So magiging ganito. Okay? Ayan, no? Medyo complicated pa tingnan. But that's basically how it's done. So gagawin mo muna is get the product, no, of each dito sa ating mga exponents. Kunin mo muna. Ito lang. So 2 times negative 3, negative 6 to. This is negative 9. This is 6. This is positive 3 over 2. This is negative 3 over 2. This will become positive 15 over 2. Okay? So magiging ganito siya. Okay, now, take note, yung denominator natin is a single term na lang. So wala na tayong gagawin dyan, no, as of the moment. However, yung numerator po natin class is a little bit complicated pa. Kasi you have two terms eh. Ito na term and ito na term. So meaning, need pa natin i-simplify yung numerator. And to do that, di ba, meron kang mga powers of the same base. Ayan. So apply the first rule, which is the product rule. Okay? So simplify the numerator using product rule. So that's x to the negative 6 times x to the 3 halves, y to the negative 9 times y to the negative 1 half, and z to the 6 times z to the power of negative 3 halves. And according to the product rule, di ba, you simply keep the base, add the exponents. Okay? So i-add lang natin yan. Okay? So negative 6 plus 3 halves, negative 9 plus ito, and 6 plus this one. Now, of course, I won't bother showing you the manual calculation on how to add this one kasi you can just use your calculator. Okay? So, in fact, I have my calculator right here. Okay? So, add mo na lang yan using your calculator, no? Para mas madali. So, for x, that's negative 6 plus 3 halves. Ayan. And negative 9 halves. And you do the same, no, to the other exponents. Ayan. Okay? So, magiging ganito yung result. Okay? So, yung x, yan yung final exponent niya for y and for z. Now, single fraction na siya. Di ba we can further simplify this one by using the quotient rule. So, quotient rule, di ba keep the base, subtract the exponents. So, magiging ganito siya. Okay, so negative 9 minus negative 5 halves for the x. Sa y naman, negative 19 over 2 minus negative 5 over 2. Sa z naman, 9 over 2 minus 15 over 2. Okay, so ito yung mga exponents na yan. Yan. Okay, after natin ma-simplify, using your calculator na lang, ito yung result. All are negative exponents. O, diba? Since negative exponents yan, we will apply the rule number 7, the negative exponent rule. So ito magiging 1 over x squared. Ito magiging 1 over y to the 7. Ito naman magiging y to the z cube. And i-multiply mo lang yung tatlo. So the final answer would be this one. Ayan. So that would be the third example. Okay, any questions, class? Like I said, no, ito lang, basics lang, no? Mamaya muna yung mga complicated na ano sa algebra, yung parts algebra. Ayan. Okay, none, sir. Okay, are you sure? Sige, sige. Anyway, tama naman, no, yung mga nag-submit dito ng sagot, no? You got it right. Wala po, sir. Sige, sige. Good. By the way, no, before I continue, no, comment sa Padlet, kada saan school kayo, no? Ayan. So we have 495 viewers tonight. Saan ba kayo nanonood ngayong gabi, no? I'm currently here in Cebu. Ayan. Central Mindanao University. Okay. Norsu, Iloilo, CIT. Wow. Okay. By the way, no, shout out sa mga taga CIT dyan, no? I'm also from CIT. Ayan, no? Graduate from CIT po ako. Graduate ng pandemic. June 2021. Ayan. FINMA, Cagayan de Oro College. Okay. Good evening, no? Ayan. So dito sa Jersey, dalawa kami na CIT graduate. No, tatlo. No? Tatlo na kami CIT graduate galing, no? Si Engineer Duaso, yung nag-bootcamp sa inyo last Friday. And yung bagong instructor namin si Engineer Cruz, Top 8 last board exam. So shout out, no, sa mga techno dyan. Ayan. Iyay, kuraton ko kay ML Dos. Okay, naglalaro din ako ng ML class, no? Just so you know. Pampawala ng stress. Yeah. From Tawi-Tawi, sir. Okay. Good evening. Ayan. Buti naman. Garcia College. Ayan, no? Technology. Good evening. Tagum City. Oh, okay. Tagum. St. Mary's College of Tagum. Yeah, I also went to Tagum one time, no? Ayan. Tawi-Tawi province. Uy, malayo. From Butuan. Yes, Butuan. Yeah. Okay. TU. Okay. Pahingin skin ko sa di ako pro eh. Ayan. City tops again, sir. Yes. Okay. Xavier. Ayan. Butuan, sir. Zamboanga. Okay. St. Joseph. Okay. Are the top product. Okay. Capitan City. Okay. Dami, no? Yan, yan. Agusan del Sur. Okay. Sige, sige. San Carlos City NIR. Okay. Xavier, pabuhat ML sir. Magpapabuhat lang din ako, no? Hindi ako pro. Okay, it's nice, no? Knowing that we have a lot of students here, no, from all over the country. Ayan. So, shout out sa inyo lahat. Baisu. Okay. Sir, paano naging negative 19 over 2 yung saway? Okay. Ito, ipakita ko sa iyo, Yung saway, saan banda ba yung negative 19 over 2? Okay. Galing yan dito, bay. No? Galing dito. Here. Look at this. So, di ba, we have here, di ba, i-multiply natin yung term na to sa term na to. And since we have the same bases, di ba, according to the product rule, keep the base, add the exponents. Kung titingnan mo sa y, bay, di ba sa y, di ba itong y na to, negative 9 yung exponent. This y right here, negative 1/2. So, i-add lang natin yan, according to the product rule. Keep the base na y, add yung corresponding exponents nila, negative 9 plus negative 1/2. Okay, so naging negative 19 over 2. Okay, I will confirm that one, no, using our calculator. Okay, so negative 9, yan, plus negative 1/2. And you'll get negative 19 over 2. Yan. In-add lang natin yung exponents, bay. Yan. Sir, pwede hinayin natin, no? Ayan. Sige, continue na ako sa next example, ha. Sige, continue na ako. Okay, let's go here. So, meron ka daw ditong lot in a shape of a rectangle. Meron na itong length equal to 3x to the negative 1 over y to the negative 3 feet. Meron din itong width na 5x to the negative 7 feet. Okay, na ano yung tanong dito? Find the area in square feet. Well, alam naman natin, no, na kapag rectangle, ganito yung itsura, di ba? Usually, yung longer edge, this is our length. According to the problem, ilan yung length natin? Di ba the length is this one. So, ilagay natin yan dito. Yan. Okay? And usually, di ba yung width natin is the shorter edge of your rectangle. Ayan, di ba yan yung width natin? According to the problem, eto yung ating width. Ayan. So, that's 5x to the negative 7. Ilagay natin yan dyan. Now, alam natin, general knowledge na yan, na kapag rectangle, ano yung pinapahanap? Area. Di ba? Pag rectangle, ano ulit yun? Area is length times width. Ano yung length? Eto. Ano yung width? Eto. So, basically, i-multiply lang natin to, tsaka this one, that would be the area. Okay? So, yan lang. Multiply lang natin. Of course, it will involve several processes, no? Kasi we're dealing here with exponents. Okay? So, starting with the length, ayan. So, take note, na yung length natin, ganito siya. 3x to the negative 1 over y to the negative 3. Ayan. Ang width naman natin is eto, 5x to the negative 7. I-multiply natin yung dalawa. But before we do that, tip lang, take note, yung mga exponents mo sa variable ay naka-negative pa yan. Gagawin muna natin yung positive exponents para mas madali na lang siyang i-deal. Okay? So, di ba para maging positive yung exponent, you just go back to this rule sa law of exponents. Di ba? Ito, balik ka lang dito. Gawin mo yung reciprocal and then it will have a positive exponent. Rule number 7 sa laws of exponent natin. Okay? So, kung ito, okay, x to the negative 1 yan. So, etong expression na yan, di ba that will become 3 times, okay, according to rule number 7, 1 over x to the power of 1. But usually, kung 1 yung exponent, di na natin yan nilalagay. Ganyan lang siya, 1 over x. Then take note, may fraction bar ka pa. So, isulat mo yung fraction bar. Then, di ba, y to the negative 3. Okay, so ganun din. Applying rule number 7, di ba that will become 1 over y to the power of 3. Yan yung ating first expression. Okay? Now, x to the negative 7, di ba magiging ganito lang yan? 5 times, applying rule number 7, di ba that's 1 over x to the power of 7. So far, magiging ganito yung ating expression. Okay? So, applying rule number 7, the negative exponent rule. Okay? Ayan. So, pakita ko na lang to, no? Dito sa ating PowerPoint. Magiging ganito siya. Yan. Okay, now, take note, this is what we call a complex fraction. Okay? Bakit complex fraction yung tawag natin dito? Kasi tingnan mo yung numerator at denominator ng ating fraction. Both are fractions themselves. Okay? So, review natin, no? Paano ba ito i-evaluate? Well, first, ang numerator, pwede yan ma-simplify. So, yung 3, multiply mo lang sa 1 over x. So, yung numerator nito, magiging ano lang? 3 over x. Okay? Now, over 1 over y cube. Di ba magiging ganyan? Ito, this first fraction right here. Now, take note, di ba division yung fraction? Di ba, meron kang fraction bar, that denotes division. And di ba, if you're dividing a fraction by another fraction, di ba itong nasa baba is magiging reciprocal. So, kumbaga yung denominator nito is mapupunta sa taas. Di ba, ganyan yung rule niyan. Meron kang fraction na, let's say, 1/2 divided by 1/4. Di ba, anong mangyayari nito? Di ba, yung 4, mapupunta sa taas, tapos yung 2, mapupunta sa baba. Di ba, ganyan yung rule niyan. So, this will become 1/2, no? First 1/2. Okay, yung 4 nasa taas. Okay, then yung 2 dito na sa baba. Okay, so yan yung rule natin, no? When it comes to this. So, etong fraction na to, yan, pag-divide natin yan, that will now become 3 over x. Okay, then times y cube. Di ba? Mapupunta na yan sa taas. Magiging times y cube na yan. Now, if you want a detailed explanation kung bakit magiging ganyan, okay, pwede naman natin gawin ganito yan. 3 over x, di ba? Pag fraction bar, it denotes division. Okay? So, that's divided by 1 over y cube. Yan. Now, take note, rule ng fraction is pag nag-divide ka ng 2 fractions, di ba magiging, ano to, multiplication, but yung divisor natin magiging reciprocal. So, magiging, ano na to, y cube over 1. Kaya yung shortcut natin dito, if ever nag-divide ka ng fraction sa baba, yung denominator mapupunta sa taas, yung denominator ng taas mapupunta sa baba. Shortcut na yan. Okay? So, I hope you got that one. If you're dividing a fraction by another fraction. So, yung numerator sa taas, matik sa baba na yan. Tapos yung denominator sa baba, matik mapupunta yan sa taas. Okay? So, that's what will happen here. Alright, so, yan. And the second expression, okay, diretso lang to multiply. Ayan. So, magiging ganito. Okay, ayan. So, kita nyo naman yung y cube nasa taas na, tapos yung x dito sa baba. Yan yung shortcut natin for that. Okay? Yan. Then, what's next? Well, we can simply multiply the two fractions para maging single fraction. So, numerator times numerator. So, yung 3 times 5 lang, yung multiply natin. And then, yung x times x, multiply natin to by applying the product rule. So, simply keep the base, add the exponents. Ayan. Okay? So, yan yung mangyayari. So, magiging ano yan? 15y cube. Okay? Or ganito, dinitil ko na lang. 3y cube times 5, then over x to the 1 plus 7. Okay? So, magiging 15y cube all over x to the 8 na yan. Okay? And that's it for exercise number 2. Ayan. Okay, may mga nagsagot. Good, good, good. Sir, ask lang po, if na ba siya i-consider before tayo proceed sa isa ka rule? Like, pwede ba mag-una sa negative exponent rule, plus fraction rule, din ato na po the quotient rule? Actually, you can reverse the process. Walang problema yan. Okay? So, parang instinct ko na lang kasi, na kapag may nakita akong negative exponent, ayan, pag may nakita akong negative exponent, instinct ko na gagawin ko muna siyang positive. Kaya uunahin ko yung negative exponent rule. However, there's another way of solving this one. Pwede din, multiply mo muna ito sa numerator ng fraction na yan. O, di ba? Pag i-multiply natin yan, magiging ganito yan, no? So, 5 times 3, that would be 15. And di ba, ang x to the power of negative 7, pwede yan ma-multiply sa x to the negative 1. Bakit? They have the same base. Pwede ganito. Okay? So, maging ganito yan. X to the power of, according to the product rule, anong sinabi? Keep the base, x, add the exponents, negative 1 plus negative 7. Okay? So, maging ganito yan. Negative 1 plus negative 7. Actually, mas madali ito. Then, all over y to the negative 3. Okay? Alternate solution. So, di ba, pag i-add mo yung negative 1 plus negative 7, di ba, magiging ganito yan. 15x to the negative 8, all over y to the negative 3. Pwede ganito. Okay? Now, once you're done with that, pwede mo na i-apply yung negative exponent rule. Pareho lang yung makukuha mo. So, this will now become 15. Di ba? Ito, x to the negative 8. That's 1 over x to the 8. All over, ito naman, y to the negative 3, 1 over y cube. Again, shortcut natin, ang y cube mapupunta sa taas, ang x to the 8 mapupunta sa baba. You will get the same answer. 15 y cube all over x to the power of 8. Pareho lang. So you can mix up the rules, depende kung saan ka komportable, o kung ano yung unang mo makita. So hindi lang siya one way, no, of solving. Ganun. So siguro tip lang, no, if may negative exponents, pwede mo gamitin ulit yung negative exponent rule. However, if meron kang nakita, no, tip lang, meron kang nakita na powers having the same base, pwede mo muna i-multiply yan una. Okay, depende talaga sa given na expression. So, ayan, no? So, tingnan niyo na lang kung ano yung pwede nating ma-apply dyan, no? Ito, alternate solution to. So, inuna ko muna yung product rule kasi pwede ma-multiply yung x tsaka x, no? Tsaka 5 tsaka 3. O, pwede ganyan. So, product rule, ayan, naging ganito. Tapos, use the negative exponent rule. Ayan. Actually, mas madali to. Ito nga second, no? Or alternate solution. Mas madali to. Okay, questions? Okay, tama, no? Tama yung mga sagot dito. Ayan. Okay, any questions regarding this one? Yan. Simplifying. Okay. The inside most. I don't know if tama ba yung term, but I'm just gonna use it. Okay. Simplify ulit the inside most term or the inside most parenthesis. Saan yan? Ito, yung inside most parenthesis natin. Yan. Okay, now, paano ba natin to i-simplify? You can simplify this one in two ways. Number one, pwede mo i-distribute yung 1/2 to each of the term, power of a product. Or, before mo gawin yan, pwede mo muna i-multiply yung x, tsaka x dito, tsaka yung y, tsaka y dito. Applying the product rule. Ayan. Pwede mo na, before mo gamitin yung power of a product, I think mas madali siya, no? Hindi masyadong magulo if gagawin natin yan. So, simplify muna natin yung expression inside the inside most parenthesis by using the product rule. Ayan. So, x to the negative 1/3 times x to the negative 4/3. So, yan muna yung uunahin natin. So, meron pa yung bracket. So, magiging ano yan? Keep the base, x, add the exponents, negative 1/3 plus negative 4/3. Same thing with y, no? Kasi meron kang y. Okay? Same base, add their exponents, negative 1/2 plus 4/3. Okay? And then, you have this 1/2, meron pa yan. Di pa natin yan evaluate. Okay, so you have x to the 2/3. Okay, then meron ka dito raised to 6. Then, i-add mo na lang to using your calculator. Okay? So, negative 1/3, ayan, plus negative 4/3. So, that will become negative 5/3. Okay? So, magiging ganito na siya. X to the negative 5/3. Okay, yung y, add the exponents. So, magiging 4/3 to, positive. And then, negative 1/2. Ayan. Negative 1/2 plus 4/3. So, that will be 5/6. Ayan. Okay, then x raised to 2/3. Okay, now, again, ito pa rin yung inside most natin na parenthesis. So, yung gagawin mo, di ba? X to the negative 5 third, y to the 5 6, they are raised to 1 half. So, gagamitin natin yung power of a product para ma-simplify to. So, yung 1 half, multiply mo sa exponent ni x, yung 1 half, multiply mo sa exponent ni y para ma-simplify natin. Okay? And huwag ka nang maghintay pa. Gamitin mo na lang yung calculator mo. Alright? So, sige. Before I do that, sulat ko muna dito yung hindi pa natin na-simplify, which is x to the 2 thirds and the other parentheses, so raised to 6. So, eto, x raised to negative 5 thirds times 1 half. Okay, just use your calculator na lang, no? So, negative 5 over 3, then times 1 half. So, that will be negative 5 over 6. So, x, negative 5 over 6, and then y, no? Y. So, 5 over 6 times 1 half. You can use your calcu, or pwede na lang, mental math, no? If kaya. So, that will be 5 over 12. Ayan. Okay, now, take note. Okay, isa na lang, yung parenthesis natin. Eto na lang, tsaka eto. Okay, now take note, meron kang x, meaning pwede pa natin yung multiply, no? By using again the product rule. Keep the base components. Okay, so yan na lang yung gagawin natin, no? So, maging ganito na siya. X, add mo lang yung 2 thirds tsaka negative 5 over 6. Okay? So, 2 thirds plus negative 5 over 6. So, negative 1 over 6. Okay? So, negative 1 over 6, y, 5 over 12, raised to 6. Now, yung y raised to 5 over 12, wala ka nang gagawin dyan, no? Kasi wala naman ibang y dito. So, i-copy mo na lang siya. Okay, and to further simplify this one, obviously, yung exponent sa labas, using power of a product, multiply natin dito sa loob. Ayan. Okay? So, it will now become like this. X, negative 1 over 6 times 6, tapos y, 5 over 12 times 6. Okay, maging ganyan na siya. So, obviously, negative 1 over 6 times 6, cancel yan, ganyan. So, maging ganito siya, x to the negative 1. Okay? Now, y, eto, multiply mo na lang to using your calcu. So, that's 5 over 12 times 6. So, you have 5 over 2. So, that'll be 5 over 2. And take note, if you have a negative exponent, according to rule 7, magiging ganito yan, 1 over x. Okay? So, yan. So, this is just equal to 1 over x times y raised to 5 over 2. Or final answer natin is y raised to 5 over 2 all over x. So, yeah, may mga nag-submit ng sagot and tama. This is the answer. Ayan. Sir, matanong lang po, always ba talaga inside mag-evaluate? Is there any situation na hindi sa inside mag-start o hindi sa inside ginagamit sa pag-evaluate? Actually, no. Pwede naman, okay. Actually, here's the thing. Pwede ito yung unahin mo. Okay? Pero medyo malilito kayo. Medyo ano siya. For me, if you start at the outside most term, medyo ano siya. For me, medyo maguguluhan, no? For me lang personally. So, if ito yung una mong evaluate, saan mo ito i-distribute? Una, ito. Diba? Distribute mo yan dito. And then, i-distribute mo yan dito. Pwede naman. No? Walang problema yan. Pero, medyo mahirap eh. Medyo magulo. If you start with the outside most term. That's why it's much more convenient if mag-start ka talaga sa inside most term. Kumbaga, yung technique natin dito is what I call the inside out. Yan. Inside out technique. Ito yung pinaka-convenient class. If you're dealing with multiple parentheses, always ka start dito sa pinakaloob na parentheses. Kasi mas mas mag-group mo yung terms. Whereas if mag-start ka sa outside, medyo magulo, no? Medyo magulo siya. Yan. Kaya major tip talaga, if maraming brackets, maraming parentheses, simulan mo talaga sa pinakaloob. That's the best and the most efficient technique. Pwede ka mag-start sa outside, no? If ever master mo na yung pag-combine ng terms. However, even if gaano mo ka-master, no, yung pag-combine ng terms, kaya gaano mo ka-master sa algebra, you're prone to error most of the time. Okay? Mas prone to error if you start from the outside most parentheses. That's why, mas mabuti if inside, then out. Ganun. Kita nyo naman siguro, no, na napaka-efficient mag-start sa pinakaloob. Ayan. If sa outer, yeah, same lang. Same. If you start at the outer. Nag-start po ako sa outer, same finance po. Yes, pwede. Pwede naman talaga yung outer. Walang problema yan. Okay? Depende lang sa nakasanayan. Kasi sa akin, personally, mas efficient sa akin mag-start inside. And then I work my way outside. Ayan. So, pwede outside, pwede inside. Ayan. If sanay ka dyan, no? Out, then inside. Ako nasanay ako inside, then outside. Ayan. And same lang. Yung makukuha mo na answer dyan. Sir, can y raised to 5 over 2 be simplified even further? Hindi na. But we can convert it to another form. Okay, yung y raised to 5 over 2. Good question. Na ang y raised to 5 over 2, di na natin yan pwedeng i-simplify, but pwede natin yang ma-translate or ma-transform into another format. Bakit? Kasi di ba, dito sa laws of exponent natin, meron tayong fractional exponent rule. Hindi simplify yung tawag dito, but rather transforming it to another form. Yung y raised to 5 over 2, pwede natin yang gawing ganito, into radical form. Ano ba yung sinabi sa fractional exponent rule? If you have a power na fraction yung exponent, ganito yung mangyayari. Sulat mo muna yung radical sign, then yung loob sa radical is yung base, which is y. Yung exponent ng y is the numerator of the fractional exponent, 5. And yung index dito sa radical, which will be the denominator of your fractional exponents, 2. So meaning, square root yan. No? And usually kapag square root yung radical, di na natin yan nilagyan ng number dyan. So kanina, yung ating y raised to 5 over 2, which is this one, pwede lang natin isulat in this manner. Pwede na siya gawing y raised to 5, and then radical, index is 2. Then, but again, pag square root, hindi na natin nilagyan ng 2. So ganito na lang. It's understood as square root na siya. Then all over x. Pwede ganyan. No? Another format of the answer. Not necessarily sinimplify natin. Ginawa lang natin siyang in another form. Ganyan. Sir, paano mag-different signs po to simplify? Does it follow the MDAS rule? What do you mean pag different signs po to simplify? Does it follow the MDAS rule? What do you mean by that? Well, dito din naman ano eh, kumbaga multiplication lang to lahat yung operation eh. Kasi wala namang plus tsaka minus. So in any order mo lang to gagawin, no? Let me interpret your question lang siguro. Siguro sa, if ever ganito, let's say x raised to 3, then y to the power of, gawin lang natin x to the power of 1/4, then may ganyan, plus y to the power of 3, y to the negative 5, ganun. Okay, then minus, let's just say, z to the power of 5. Sabihin natin ganyan, no? So pwede ba ma-follow yung MDAS? Yes, pwede. So unahin mo muna yung multiplication before yung addition, no? So sort of like that. But here, multiplication lang naman to, no? Multiplication lang lahat. Since parenthesis lahat eh. And usually, di ba multiplication yung operation natin. Okay? Wala namang mga plus and minus dito. So, hindi lang natin pino-consider dito yung MDAS. Operation po siguro niningin yan, sir. Yeah. Operation. Yun, I think that's the best way I can answer it. No? So, if may plus minus, follow pa rin yung MDAS. No? Ayan. So, may ganyan po bang problem sa board exam? Technically, hindi na ito lumalabas. But, you will use this one in simplifying equations. Ayan. Magagamit ito. So, may choices yung board exam, yes. But, when you form the equation, kayo yung mabubuo ng equation eh. No? Kayo yung mabubuo ng equation. And technically, pag nagsosolve na tayo ng equation, we just use the shift solve. Pero bago ka mag-shift solve, buuin mo muna yung equation in simplified form. And part ng pagbuo ng equation is knowing the laws of exponent. Ayan. So, kumbaga parang tutulungan natin ng konti yung calculator natin. No? So, yan. Although, hindi necessarily nalalabas to sa board exam, but the skill involved here, no, will be useful when you take the board exam. Ayan. Kaya binalikan natin to, class. Okay? Ayan. Square root matic 2 yan. So, that's just b raised to 5/2. Ganyan. Okay? So, pwede nyo muna i-screenshot ito. And then, we will use, yung rule number 8 from laws of exponent in simplifying the following radicals. Gagamitin natin yan. Square root matic 2 yan. So, that's just b raised to 5/2. Ganyan. Okay? So, pwede nyo muna i-screenshot ito. And then, we will use, yung rule number 8 from laws of exponent in simplifying the following radicals. Gagamitin natin yan. Sige, screenshot nyo muna to. I'll give you a few seconds. Right, so hopefully na-screenshot nyo na. Let me now move to the next, okay? Let's start with example number 1. Yeah. So you have here, simplify square root of 48, x to the 5, y to the 6. Now, advice lang, okay, pag mag-simplify tayo ng radical, and then meron kang mga variables, ito yung ginagawa ko na step-by-step process. Unang-una, i-evaluate mo muna ito, yung coefficient or your constant. Mamaya mo muna i-evaluate ito. Mamaya muna tayo mag-focus dyan. So alisin nyo muna sa isip to. Una natin i-evaluate for me is yung 48, square root ng 48. Okay? So para ma-emphasize ko yung process, ganito yung ibig kong sabihin yan. Okay, ito, major tip. Evaluate the constants first before dealing with the variables. So, etong radical na to, pwede lang natin itong gawin ganito. Yan, separate natin yung square root of 48 from square root of x to the 5 and y to the 6. And by the way, no, pag sineparate natin yan, the operation is always multiplication. Okay? Kasi according to the rule of the radical, no, if you have two radicals na may same index, ganito, okay, so you can just multiply them directly. Okay, and they will be in one radical. Diyan galing yan. Ito. Okay? So yan, no, and let's just evaluate the square root of 48. Huwag na natin patagalin. Use your calculator right here. Okay? So, ang square root ng 48, using your calculator, yan, pakita ko lang. Okay, 4 square root of 3. Okay? Yan. Lagyan natin. Now, once tapos na yung constant, sige, focus na tayo dito sa variable. Okay, take note. Anong sinabi ko? Di ba you have your square root of x to the 5, y to the 6. From radical, gawin natin yung fractional exponent. Okay, di ba technically class, etong x to the 5 and y to the 6, yan, we can take it as one term. One term lang muna siya. Okay? Bakit na ganito? So, if we are to take it as one term, maglagay tayo ng parenthesis, di ba exponent nila is 1? Okay? Tapos, index nito is 2. So, meaning, yung fractional exponent form nito, magiging ganito. X to the 5, y to the 6 raised to 1/2. O, ginawa lang muna natin siyang one term para makita niyo talaga yung rule number 8. Okay? Now, applying laws of exponent once more. Okay, apply natin yung laws of exponent. Di ba we can use here power of a product. Yan, power of a product. So, yung 1/2, pwede natin i-multiply dito, pwede natin i-multiply dito. Ayan. Okay? So, magiging ano na to? X to the 5/2, y to the 6/2. Okay? Now, di ba ito, mamaya na muna natin ito i-deal. Di ba ang 5/2, pwede natin yan ma-simplify into 2 and 1/2. Di ba? Then, ang 6/2, di ba that's just simply 3. Okay? So, paano naging 2 and 1/2 yung 5/2? So, let me show you a technique, okay, sa calculator. So, para maging mixed fraction yan, and there's a reason kung bakit ito ginawang mixed fraction yan. Malalaman nyo later. Okay, so 5/2, okay, paano yan gawing mixed fraction? Just press equals, then shift, tapos etong F to D na button, katabi ng M+. Okay, so katabi ng M+, press nyo yan, you now have your fraction in mixed form. Okay, so yung 5/2, naging 2 and 1/2. Alright, now, after that, ito yung gagawin natin. Okay, now yung y cube, ilipat ko na to dito. Okay, basically, na-evaluate na natin yung square root niyan. So, hindi yan babalik sa loob. Okay, so lipat na natin yan dito. Okay, yan. Kasi divisible by 2 yung ating 6. Okay, so yung matitira na lang is this one. So you now have 4y cubed square root of 3. Again na yung y cube, nilipat ko lang dito. Bale, labas na siya sa square root. Bakit labas na siya sa square root, sir? Kasi yung 1/2, minultiply na natin dito ni y. O kaya, labas na siya. Okay, so yung nangyari na lang is, ito na lang yung natitira. X to the power of 2. And take note class, di ba 2 and 1/2 is equal to 2 plus 1/2. Meaning to say, yung factors nitong x to the power of 2 raised to 1/2 is, di ba, x squared times x raised to 1/2. Kaya naging ganito. Yan. Kaya ko siya ginawang mixed fraction para ma-separate ko siya into two factors. One is a whole number, one is a fraction. Ayan. Okay? Alright, kasi yung mangyayari dyan, yung x squared is whole number naman siya, meaning na-evaluate na natin yung square root. By the way, after nyo ma-multiply yung 1/2, if whole number yung result ng exponent, ibig sabihin yan, nakuha mo na yung square root or cube root or whatever that is. If ever, whole number yung nakuha mo na exponent. Okay? So with that said, ang x squared, pwede na natin yan ilipat dito. Okay? Ang mo is x raised to 1/2. Now, ang x raised to 1/2, wala ka na magagawa dyan. Hindi mo na yan pwedeng i-simplify. Gawin is you can transform this one into radical form. Okay? So pag gawin natin tong radical form, eto, labas na natin to. Okay? Diba? It will become like this. Ang x raised to 1/2 magiging square root of x. Okay? So diba? Kasi ganito yan. Radical x exponent 1 index is 2. So square root of x. Okay, then after that, wala ka nang ibang magagawa dyan, pwede mo nang multiply etong dalawang radicals na to. And by the way, according to the rule of radicals, you can multiply two radicals if they have the same index. So ang square root of 3 times square root of x, that is just equal to isang radical na lang, then 3 times x. So eto yung ating final answer. Okay? So that's how we deal with the radicals. Pwede lang natin gamitin yung laws of exponent. Ganyan. Sige, question muna nito. Okay, may mga sagot na dito. Very good. Ayan. Good evening. Directly mawawala po ba talaga yung mga live lectures dito sa page mas kasi dun sa site? Actually, eto will stay up for, I don't know, 24 hours ata, if I'm not mistaken. And then yung recording nito is will be uploaded na sa website. Ganun. Hindi po ba pwede i-multiply yung 2x sa loob ng parenthesis? Hindi na natin i-multiply yan ba eh? Hindi na. Okay. Yung ginawa ko is eto, factors to ng x. O diba yung 5 over 2, ginawa kong 2. O ginawa kong x2 raised to 1/2. Yung ginawa ko lang is kinuha ko yung factors. Huwag mo nang i-multiply. I-multiply mo yan again, babalik ka dito. Okay? So ginawa ko, yung x raised to 2 and 1/2, kinuha ko yung factors niya. Okay? And di ba para maging 2 and 1/2, yung exponent ni x, di ba we will look at, okay, saan tayo titingin? Babalik tayo sa product rule, rule number 1. Kasi magiging ganito yung result if you have the same bases, tapos you have different exponents. O, kinuha ko lang yung factors. Yan yung nangyari doon. So yung x raised to 2 and 1/2, di ba? Ang factors niyan, x times x, and base sa exponent, di ba? 2 and 1/2. Ano ba yung 2 and 1/2? Di ba? That's simply 2 plus 1/2. Factors yan ba? Kinuha ko yung factors. O, huwag mo nang i-multiply yan. No, kasi babalik ka dito pag i-multiply mo yan ulit. O, factors yung kinuha ko. Factors. O, para makuha natin, square root na yan, and then ito, ma-separate mo siya. Okay? O, yan. Take note of factor. O, pinactor out ko. Yan, factor. Sir, what is the main reason po bakit na mixed fraction ka? Again, the main reason kung bakit ako nag-mixed fraction is this. Yan. Okay? Ito yung reason ko kung bakit ko ginawang mixed fraction yung 5 over 2. Kasi technically, di ba, 5 over 2, that's 2.5. 2.5. Meaning, meron kang ma-separate na whole number exponent. And take note class, pag whole number yung exponent mo galing sa square root, ibig sabihin, this is a perfect square. Meaning, labas na to sa square root. That's the reason. No? Kung may makita kayo, let's say for example, 7 over 2. Yan, x raised to 7 over 2. Gawin nyo lang tong mixed fraction. Okay? Para malaman nyo, ano ba talaga yung exact root na galing sa square root. Okay? So yan, gawin nyo siyang mixed fraction. So para ma-extract nyo yung square root. Ayan. Okay? That's my reason. Kasi pag sinabing x raised to 2 and 1/2, ayan, di ba, ibig sabihin yan, pag 2 and 1/2, di ba, that's 2 plus 1/2. Meaning, nag-multiply ka ng x squared times x raised to 1/2. Yan yung minultiply mo. And yung factor na whole number yung exponent, galing, and since whole number yung exponent, ibig sabihin, perfect square, or perfect root. Not perfect square, but perfect. Okay? Perfect root. Meaning, pwede mo, yan na yung square root. Okay? Yan na yung square root of that term. Okay? Or, yeah, yan na yung square root. That's my purpose kung bakit ko siya ginawang mixed fraction. Yung whole number dyan, pwede mo yan ma-extract as a square root. Okay? Basta whole number exponent. Nakuha ba? Okay? Basta whole number. Kaya ko ginawa mixed fraction. Etong 6 over 2, wala na. 3 yan eh. Okay? So, since yung 6 divisible by 2 from square root, meaning, that's the exact root. Exact ito. Exact. So, meaning, pwede na natin yan ilabas sa square root. Okay? Nag-mixed number ako dito sa 5 over 2 kasi 5 is not divisible by 2. Okay? So, gagawin natin yung mixed number para makuha natin yung whole number na exponent dyan kasi yan yung ilalabas natin sa square root. Ganun, no? And yung matitira, na naka 1/2 lang, yan yung matitira under the radical sign. That's my purpose. Kaya ko ginawa siyang mixed number. Pwede po ba sir i-factor out na lang yung exponent into its perfect square? Pwede. No, pwede. Pwede naman, walang problema yan. Pinakita ko lang yung solution. So say for example, pwede naman. Okay? Now, ano ba yung factor ng x to the 5 na perfect square? Di ba yung factor niyan is x to the 4 times x. Di ba? Kasi x to the 4, that's a perfect square. By the way, malalaman nyo na perfect square, ayan, yung isang variable na may exponent, if yung exponent niya is divisible by 2. So para makuha lang yung square root, just divide it by 2. Pwede naman ganyan, no? So pinakita ko lang yung concept niyan, kung bakit naging ganyan. Okay? And yes, pag hindi divisible by 2, always make it a mixed fraction. Again, that's my purpose. Always make it a mixed fraction para yung whole number na factor dyan, malabas nyo sa square root. Ganun. Okay? That's my main purpose. Pwede naman, no? So alternate solution nito is this, no? 4 square root of 3 times. Now, ang x to the 5, di ba, factor niyan, x to the 4 times x. X to the 4 ang perfect square kasi yung exponent niya is divisible by 2. Pwede. So that's x to the 4 times x. Now, yung y to the 6, pwede mo na yan hindi i-factor out. Bakit? Kasi yung 6 is obviously divisible by 2. So, if yung exponent, divisible sa index, no? So, you can extract the exact root. Okay, ganyan, no? So, eto, kuha mo yung square root niyan. So, that's 4 square root of 3 times, okay, 4 divided by 2 is x squared. Ang y, 6 divided by 2, that is y cubed. O, yung matitira dyan is square root of x. O, pwede mo na lang i-multiply ito. So, magiging 4, x squared y cubed, square root of x. O, pwede naman. Walang problema yan. That is if master mo, no? Yung pagkuha ng roots. Ganun. So, ano yung mga perfect square? But yung pinakamadaling technique dyan is, of course, no? If divisible, yung exponent by 2, perfect square siya. Okay. Pwede naman, no? Walang problema yan. And again, if you're using this technique, always yun talaga yan, in extraction. Okay? Para yung whole number, yan na yung automatic na square root niyan. O, yung matitira is pag 1/2 na lang or 1 na lang yung numerator, matitira siya under the radical sign if you're using this one. Ayan. Ito naman, if master ka sa pagkuha ng factors. So, pwede mo yan gamitin. Anyway, may clarification pa. Class. May clarification pa. Before you move on, hindi po ba kayo magbibigay ng PowerPoint copy ng mga lessons? Sir, magbibigay naman. Nag-upload ba silang Sir Onde? I will post this one no, sa web. Okay, post ko to. Wait lang ha. Okay, may mga nag-ano dito ng sagot. Ganito yung is raised to 1/2. Pwede na siya fractional exponent, same index. Okay. Now, ito yung mangyayari, no? Pwede mo gamitin yung factor na style, which I will explain in a while, or pwede mo din gamitin to, this method right here. Okay, now, di ba, pwede natin ito gawing fractional exponent. Ayan, gawin muna natin ganito. So, take this one as one term, exponent is 1, ito yung denominator ng exponent. So, 1/3 yung exponent nila. Okay? Now, multiply the exponents inside. So, maging a raised to 3 over 3, b raised to 4 over 3. Now, 3 over 3 is 1. O, 1 lang yan, di ba? So, magiging ganito yan. And again, kapag whole number na yung exponent, meaning na-extract na natin yung root niyan. So, pwede na natin itong ilabas. Okay? O, para lang ma-reinforce natin yung concept ng process na to. So, ilabas na natin yan. And yung exponent ni b na 4/3, ginawa kong mixed fraction. So, matik, yung 1 yan is the root na cube. So, yan yung ilalabas natin. Yung 1/3, the other factor, is yan yung matitira sa radical sign. Okay? So, di ba yung factors ng b raised to 1 over 1/3, that's just b times b raised to 1/3. Okay? So, yung b raised to 1, labas na yan sa radical sign. Okay? O, yan. So, labas na natin to, and yung matitira is b raised to 1/3, or that's cube root of b. Of course, matitira yan under the radical sign. So, this is your final answer. Now, if you are using the factoring form, pwede naman, no? Pwede talaga. So, alternate solution to, di ba a exponent is 3, divisible by the index. So, meaning, 3 divided by 3, that's 1. Cube root ng a cube is just a. So, magiging ganito so far. 2a cube root of 9 times cube root of b raised to 4. O, pwede maging ganyan. Now, ang b raised to 4, maghanap lang tayo ng factors na divisible by 3. So, walang iba, no? Maging ganito yan. 2 cube root of 9 times cube root of, di ba factors ng b raised to 4, one of the factors na divisible by 3 is b cube, then times b. Di ba? So, b cube is a perfect cube, divided by 3, cube root niyan is b. So, magiging ganito siya. 2ab cube root of 9 times cube root of b. And you will get this. So, 2ab cube root of 9b. Pareho lang. Okay? Cebu review. One Cebu review. Okay. Ito ba, ipakita ko na lang ha. Okay, pakita ko ba no? So, dito yung recorded, no? Mga recorded videos. Display capture by. Tara. Ano dito? Yung mga ano ni Sir Onde, tingnan nyo. Yung see the dashboard, matik, yan. Makikita nyo kaagad. Ayan. Sir Onde. Ayan. Okay? Alright. Di pa naman sila nagbigay ng PPT, no? So, example yan, if you have square root of A over square root of B, this can be transformed into one radical with the same index lang. So, pwede yan gawing square root of A over B. So, pwede gawin ganyan. Okay? Alright. So, gawin muna natin yan as long as pareho sila, no? Pareho sila ng index. Okay? So, magiging ganito siya. And, before we do anything, simplify muna natin yung expression under the radical sign using laws of exponents. Okay? Kasi kita naman, no? 16 divided by 2, pwede. A cubed divided by A, pwede using quotient rule, laws of exponent. X divided by X, pwede using quotient rule, laws of exponent. So, magiging ganito siya. Square root of 8, then A, 3 minus 1, X, 1 minus 1. Diba? Since 1 yung exponent dito. Okay? So, magiging X raised to 0 yan. Ito, A squared. Okay? And of course, any exponent raised to 0, that's equal to 1. So, yung matitira dyan is square root of 8A squared. Okay? So, ang square root of 8, pag evaluate natin yan, diba? That's just simply, square root of 8 is 2, square root of 2. Okay? So, yung 8 kasi, factors niyan na perfect square is 4 times 2. So, square root of 4, pwede natin ma-extract. Okay? Tsaka A squared, perfect square din, pwede natin ma-extract. So, yung matitira dyan is yung isang 2 inside the radical sign. So, yeah, this is the final answer. 2A square root of 2. Yan. Okay, sige. Any questions, class? Anyway, may mga nakasagot naman dito, no? Yan. Pwede rin po ba mag-rationalize dyan, sir? That would be our topic after the break. Ayan. Okay? So medyo spoiler. Yeah, pwede. Pwede rationalize dito sa third example. So yan yung ating next topic after the break. Okay? Or next exercise. So for now, class, let's have a break lang muna. Baka gutom na kayo. Okay? And for the meantime po, please answer this one. Ito. Ayan. And then sasagutan natin to after the break. Okay? So that's it. And break muna tayo. 30 minutes. Okay? So let's have a break muna. And BRB tayo, no? At 8:20. Ayan. Okay? So 30 minutes muna break. Alright? So, di naman na tayo, class, no? Pahinga muna tayo. I'll see you at 8:20. Alright. Naman ito. But I'm just gonna show you my solution here, no? Sa particular problem na ito. Okay? So, show ko na. Thank you, no, for answering and participating dito sa Padlet natin. Okay? Alright. Now, una natin gagawin is this, no? So, you have here, okay, ito yung main radical natin. The index is 2 since square root. However, na-notice niyo that inside our fraction, you have another radical. Yan, cube root of AB. Okay? So, pwede natin to gawin ganito muna, class, no? Gawin muna natin tong fractional exponent, di ba? Itong fractional exponent, di ba? This will become AB raised to 1/3, di ba? Pag gagawin natin tong fractional exponent to rule number 8. Okay? So, first step, magiging ganito yan. Cube root, square root of AB, then all over, okay? Instead of cube root of AB, gawin natin ganito. AB raised to 1/3. Ayan. Okay? Now, of course, yung denominator, pwede pa natin ito ma-simplify since you have here power of a product. So, yung exponent sa labas, multiply natin sa exponent sa loob, which is 1. Okay? So, it will become like this po. That will become square root of AB all over, okay? Yung baba, maging A raised to 1/3 na yan. Then B raised to 1/3. Now, simplify muna natin yung fraction sa loob. Ito, simplify natin to. Okay? So, simplify by using, ano gagamitin natin? Yung laws of exponent, which is quotient rule. Okay? So, using quotient rule. Yan. Okay? And according to the quotient rule, di ba yung gagawin lang natin dyan is to keep the base. Okay, meron ka ditong A, exponent yan 1. Keep the base, subtract the exponent. Same thing with B, no? Meron yung 1. So, magiging ano to? A raised to 1 minus 1/3. Tapos B raised to 1 minus 1/3. Di ba? According to the quotient rule. Alright? And check lang natin. Di ba? 1 minus 1/3, if I'm not mistaken, that is 2/3. So, double check lang. 1 minus 1/3. So, that is 2/3. Yes, no? So, pareho lang ng exponent yung A tsaka yung B. Alright? So, step 4. This will now become square root of A raised to 2/3. Tapos B raised to 2/3. Okay? Now, ano na yung gagawin natin? We can't necessarily extract the square root immediately. Why? Kasi hindi to mixed number eh. 2/3, no? Proper fraction. So, ganito yung gagawin ko. Transform ko naman to into this fractional exponent. Okay? So, di ba, pwede natin tong i-take as a single term. No? Itong A raised to 2/3, B raised to 2/3. So, exponent niyan is 1. Di ba? And index nito is 2. So, pag gawin natin yung fractional exponent ulit, di ba, this will become A raised to 2/3, B raised to 2/3, raised to 1/2. Ayan. Okay? So, ang 1/2, by using again, power of a product, di ba, yung 1/2, multiply natin sa exponent dito, and also the 1/2 here, multiply din natin sa exponent dito. Okay? Ayan. So, it will become like this. That's A raised to 2/3, raised to 1/2, then B raised to 2/3, raised to 1/2. Okay, now focus on the fractions, class. Recall natin. Di ba kapag multiply tayo ng fractions, if may common factor ka sa numerator at denominator, di ba magka-cancel out lang yan. Dito din, cancel out lang yan. Di ba? Alright. So, technically, magiging ganito yan. So, cancel yan dito, cancel dito, cancel yan dito, cancel yan dito. Okay? So, in exponential form, this is A raised to, di ba, 1/3 na lang, tapos B raised to 1/3. O, di ba, pag 1/3 yung ating exponent, di ba? If 1/3 ang exponent, that means yung radical form niyan is cube root. And sila ng fractional exponent, that means they will be under the same radical. Okay. So, final answer po nito is simply cube root of AB. Yan. Which is tama, no? Tama yung mga sagot niyo. Very good. Cube root of AB. Yan. Oh, yan. Cube root of AB lang. Okay, may mga nagtatanong dito no, regarding sa B house or stayhan. No? Sige, kaya na lang mag-ano yan ha. Kaya na lang mag-verify yan or yeah. Anyway, sige, proceed tayo sa next. Okay, we're done with this one. Dito tayo sa, wala namang question siguro since mostly nakakuha naman. Dito tayo sa, yun, no, yung nagtanong regarding rationalization. Ayan. So, we are to rationalize the following expressions. By the way, mangyayari lang po, no, na yung process ng pag-rationalize, take note, okay, I want you to take note, mangyayari lang if mag-rationalize tayo if you have the following conditions. Number one, yung expression natin is a fraction. Yan. Okay? That's the first characteristic, no? That's the first characteristic na pwede mag-rationalize. Number one, dapat fraction. Okay? And number two, kailan mo nalaman na pwede mag-rationalize? If, okay, if denominator, okay, is a radical. Yung denominator, yung titingnan natin dyan, kas. Wala tayong pakialam sa numerator. Okay? So, yan yung clue natin para pwede natin siyang i-rationalize. Okay? Yan. Number one, dapat fraction yung ating expression. And number two, tingnan mo yung denominator. If hindi yan radical, there's no need to rationalize. But if radical yan, sometimes we are required to rationalize. Bakit need i-rationalize? Kasi yan yung simplest form niya. Yung pag-rationalize. Okay? Now, which begs the question, sir, ano po ba yung process ng pag-rationalize? Okay, listen well, no? Ganito yung rationalize class. Rationalization of an algebraic expression, that is a process po. Okay? Process of eliminating a radical in the denominator in a rational expression. Meaning, for these two examples, aalisin natin yung radical dyan. Okay, di ba? In example number one, kita nyo naman, the radical here is square root. Ang goal natin para ma-rationalize yan is to eliminate that square root. Okay? Tapos, for example number two, yung aalisin natin dyan is the cube root. Yan, dapat paalis natin yan. That's the goal sa pag-rationalize. Aalisin yung radical sa denominator. Now, how do you remove? Yan, how do you remove those radicals pag mag-rationalize ka? Okay, listen well. Kapag gusto natin mag-remove ng radical sa denominator or gusto natin mag-rationalize ng algebraic expression or fraction, ganito yung process. Una, okay, we need to identify ano ba yung radical or index ng radical natin. Yan. Okay? Yan. Okay, so later na yung gagawin ko, sulat ko na lang siya para makita niyo yung process. So for the first example, 2x over square root of 2xy. Now listen well. Para ma-eliminate natin to, we need to multiply this fraction. Meron tayong i-multiply na term dyan. Okay? Meron tayong i-multiply dyan. Now, ano yung criteria sa pag-multiply natin ng term na yan? Yung i-multiply natin sa original fraction natin is dapat same ang numerator, same ang denominator. Ayan yung first characteristic ha, the same. Okay? Meaning pareho na quantity, pareho na expression. Okay? That's the first step sa pag-rationalize. So meaning yung i-multiply natin parang sort of fraction lang din. Pareho ang numerator, pareho ang denominator. Now, second criteria, dapat yung i-multiply mo should be a radical dapat, meaning radical to, radical din yan, with the same index sa denominator. Okay? With the same index sa denominator. Now, di ba square root yung denominator natin? So, dapat yung i-multiply mo sa numerator should be square root as well. Dito din, should be square root as well. Yan. Okay? So, yan. Yan yung pag-rationalize. Okay? So, or ano yung radical ng denominator? Yan din yung i-multiply mo to both the numerator and denominator. Okay, now, sir, ano yung natin dito sa loob? Okay, that's a good question. Now, in this example, di ba ito yung radical natin, the index is 2. Di ba? The index is 2. Meaning, we are taking the square root. Di ba? Square root yung gusto nating makuha. Di ba? When you are taking a square root, ano yung concept niyan? Ano yung dapat nasa loob? Ano yung dapat nasa loob pag nag-extract tayo ng square root? Diba? Dapat yung nasa loob nito should be a perfect square. O, diba? Ganyan. Perfect square dapat. Now, ito yung gagawin. Diba, in the original denominator, yung nasa loob ng radical is 2xy. Alam na natin, the radical should be square root as well para mawala ito. Tanong na lang, ano yung i-multiply natin dito sa loob ng radical na to? Yan, sa loob niyan, para maging perfect square siya. That's the question. So, diba, 2xy. Let's start with the constant. Now, kailan magiging perfect square ang 2? Diba, magiging perfect square yan if you multiply it by 2. O, diba, since 2 times 2, that is equal to 4. Ayan. Now, for x, okay, x to the power of 1. Now, kailan magiging perfect square ang x to the power of 1? Di ba magiging perfect square yan if yung exponent niya would be divisible by 2. Meaning, you need to multiply it by another x with an exponent of 1. So, meaning, 2x yung ilalagay dyan. Okay? And finally, for y, kailan yan magiging perfect square? Di ba? That's y to the power of 1. Magiging perfect square yan if you multiply it with, according to product rule, loss of exponent, y, same base, dapat same exponent. So, y. Yan yung i-multiply natin. And that's the concept sa pag-rationalize ng algebraic expression. So, kung ano yung nabuo mo dito sa denominator, yan din yung i-multiply mo sa numerator. So, focus ka muna talaga sa denominator. Yan. Okay? So, I'll give you time, no? Screenshot niyo muna to. Yan, screenshot niyo muna yan kasi I will now proceed, no, to showing you the PowerPoint solution. Yan. So, I'll give you a few seconds. Okay? So, erase ko na to, ha? So, I'm gonna erase this one para hindi ito obstruct sa ating PowerPoint solution. Okay? So, yan yung concept ng pag-rationalize class. Okay? So, yan. So, ito, sinabi ko na, no? Dapat perfect square yung denominator. So, multiply natin dito, the square root of 2xy, square root of 2xy. Okay? So, pag mangyayari yan, di ba, yung denominator natin, according to rules of radical, pwede mo lang ito multiply. Keep the index, multiply the inside. So, 2 times 2, that's 4. X times x, x squared. Y times y, y squared. Wala na tayong paki dyan sa numerator. As is na lang yan. Okay? So, yung denominator natin, well, lahat yan, perfect square. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of x squared, yung exponent, divide mo lang sa index by 2, magiging x. Yung y din, exponent niya, divide mo lang by 2, magiging y. Okay? Kuha na natin yung square root. So, magiging 2x, square root of 2xy, all over 2xy. Now, take note, you can further simplify this one. Why? Because you have common factors. Ayan, meron kang common factors. Meron kang 2 dito, may 2 ka dito, you can cancel it out. Meron kang x dito, meron kang x dito, you can cancel it out. Therefore, the final answer is this one. Ayan. And that's the entire process sa pag-rationalize class. Okay? Alright, now, let's now have the second example. Okay, again, titingnan nyo lang talaga dyan yung denominator. Okay? Now, upon checking the denominator class, ano yung na-notice ninyo? It's no longer square root, but cube root. Okay, cube root na. Meaning, yung i-multiply natin dito, dapat cube root na siya. Hindi na square root. Okay? Cube root na siya. And di ba ano yung next principle? Maghahanap tayo ng paraan, okay, dito, na pag-multiply natin dito sa 2x squared, magiging ano siya? Perfect cube. Okay? So yung 2, maghahanap tayo ng number na i-multiply natin dyan para maging perfect cube siya. Tsaka yung x squared, maghahanap tayo ng, kumbaga, factor or variable na maging perfect cube, yung ating squared. That's our goal. Okay? Now, ano ba kayang number yung i-multiply natin sa 2 para maging perfect cube siya? Well, we can start with 2 times 2. That's not a perfect cube. That's 4. Hindi pwede. We can start with 2 times 3. That's 6. No, that's not a perfect cube. So, estimate na natin 2 times 4. That is equal to 8. Now, take note, 8 is a perfect cube. Ayan. Perfect cube yan. No? So, yan yung i-multiply natin sa 2. 4. Ayan. 4. Now, how about sa x squared? Okay? So, ano ba yung i-multiply natin dito na same base, okay, para maging cube root siya? Di ba, x squared will become a perfect cube if you multiply it with the same base. And obvious na lang. Di ba? Dapat exponent is 1. Why? Kasi yung result niyan, magiging x cube. Maging perfect cube na siya. So, meaning, cube root of 4x. Dito din, cube root of 4x. Ayan. So, yan yung i-multiply natin para tanggal na yung radical. At the same time, this is a perfect cube. That's the concept of rationalization. Okay? So, I'm gonna give you some time, no? Screenshot niyo muna to, yung sulat. Kasi I will erase this one. Okay? So, erase ko na, ha? Erase ko na to. Alright. Okay, sige. So yan, no? Cube root of 4x. Again, eto, pag multiply mo, walang mangyayari dyan. So itatabi mo lang yan, no? So yung denominator natin, 2 times 4, okay, that will become cube root of 8. X squared times x, that will simply become x cube lang. Okay? So yung denominator magiging cube root of 8x cube. Yan. So cube root of 8, that's 2. Cube root of x cube, that is x. Wala na yung radical. Na-extract na natin. And from here, tingnan mo lang if may common factor ba sa numerator and denominator, meron isa, which is x. You can cancel it out. And the final answer is this one. Okay? So that's the concept of rationalization. Yan. Always po ba na-multiply mo lang sa denominator, sir, para mo ma-eliminate? Both numerator and denominator. Okay? Kita nyo naman, no? Na yung pag-multiply natin is both numerator and denominator. Kung makakas, yung pinagbasihan lang natin kung ano yung i-multiply is nakabase sa denominator. Technically, if na-figure out mo na kung ano yung i-multiply para ma-eliminate yung denominator, you will also multiply it sa numerator. And palagi ka dyang nakabase sa denominator. Yan. Okay? Palagi kang nakabase sa denominator. Yung basis mo, what to multiply. Okay? Ganyan yung concept ng rationalization. Hindi mo lang sa denominator i-multiply. Let me clarify that one. Hindi lang sa denominator. Etong quantity na minultiply mo sa denominator, you should also multiply it to the numerator. Of course, yung value na yan, naka-base sa denominator. Kasi ito yung gusto natin i-eliminate. Okay? Ayan. Okay ba? Hindi lang sa, again clarify ko, hindi lang sa denominator i-multiply, pati sa numerator. Okay? Ulitin ko. Yung value lang, kung ano yung i-multiply, naka-base sa denominator. Ayan. Nakuha ba? May ano ba? May clarification pa? Regarding sa pag-rationalize? Pwede sir, i-copy na lang yung denominator if square root lang, not cube root. Yes, that's the shortcut. Very good observation. Tama. Yeah, tama. That's good. Tama. Kapag square root, very good. If square root, lagay natin dito ha. If square root, simply copy the denominator. Very good observation. Yes. Yan. So for example, ganito no, 4x over square root of 3xy. Huwag ka nang patumpik-tumpik pa. Diretso na yan, square root of 3xy. Square root of 3xy. Yung medyo tricky lang, if cube root, fourth root, fifth root, ganun. Pero pag square root, ayan, recta na. Yes, that's correct. Very good observation. So, highlight ko to. Yan. Yan. Okay. Okay, may nagano sa Manila. Paano ko malaman if perfect cube ang isang number or may technique po ba? Dapat familiar ka, no? Dapat familiar ka sa ano. Well, siguro my advice is this, no? Paano ba to? For example, no? For example, ganito yung number, okay? Focus tayo sa number, focus tayo. For example, cube root. Sabihin natin yung numerator niyan, coefficient is, paano ko ba to explain? Ganito lang. Let's say cube root of 4. Okay, ganito yung denominator. Sample lang, sample lang. Let's say we have 5x over cube root. Let's start with cube root. Sige, let's say 6. Yan, start tayo sa 6. Okay? Then 6, then I'm just gonna make up some variables lang. Say x to the 4, then y to the, let's say 7. Yan lang. Now, paano malalaman, okay, kung ano yung i-multiply sa 6, di ba? Na para maging perfect cube siya. That's actually a good question. Ganito yung technique. Di ba, para makuha yung cube root, ganito yung explanation, listen well. Para makuha yung cube root, ayan, ng isang number, okay, pag nag-rationalize ka, okay, alam natin cube root na yan. Di ba, dapat yung exponent ng number should be divisible by 3. Now, kung titingnan mo dito, di ba 6 to the power of 1 pa yan? Di ba? 6 to the power of 1. Now, paano magiging perfect cube ang 6 to the power of 1? Di ba, magiging perfect cube yan if yung kanyang exponent magiging 6 to the power of 3. Kuha? Okay? Now, paano to magiging 6 to the power of 3? Diba? You need to multiply it by a power na same ang base. Then, ano yung i-add mo sa 1 para maging 3? Obviously, 2. Ganyan yung technique. Parang gawin mo siyang exponential form. Okay? So, para maging perfect cube, ang 6 to the 1, multiply mo yan ng 6 squared. Ganyan lang. Same concept sa variables. Gamitin mo yung exponent. Diba? Kagaya nito. Diba yung ginawa natin dito sa 2? Diba yung ginawa natin? Diba technically 2 to the power of 1 pa yan? So, para makuha natin yung cube root, or para maging perfect cube yung 2 to the power of 1, dapat mag-multiply tayo or ng power na maging 3 yung exponent ni 2. And ano yung multiply mo dyan? 2 squared. And 2 squared, that is equal to 4. Ganyan yung technique. Okay? So, paano malaman anong number yung i-multiply? Gawin mo lang yung ginawa natin sa variables. Pagbasihan mo yung exponent. Ayan. Does rationalization applies to when the numerator have a radical expression? Hindi po. Denominator lang. Yes, good question by the way. Denominator lang po. Sir, what if cube root erase na lang sa 3 yung denominator? Yun, that's basically what I said. Yun, pag cube root, erase mo na lang to 3. Or pag 4th root, raise to 4. Ganun. Okay? Ganyan lang. No, ganyan lang. Malaman. Okay na tayo sa rationalization? Okay, may mga napukontak pa dito, no, for the boarding house. And yes, please, no, maghanap na kayo ng pwesto talaga. No? Medyo marami kayo ngayong September na batch. Okay? Baka maunahan kayo ng pwesto. So, ganun lang, no? Ganun lang po. Yan. Hopefully, na-gets nyo lang yung technique. Okay? How about to the x and y, sir? Add lang po ba up until to reach cube root? Yes, ganun lang. Same principle lang. Kanina, no? Ganito ba yung example ko? 5x, yun. Di ba? So, cube root of 6x to the 4, y raised to 7. I think ito yung aking, ito yung aking example. So, di ba, alam natin na for 6, multiply natin dyan, 6 squared. Para pag multiply natin, the exponent becomes 6 to the 3. Di ba? So, ganyan. Same principle lang. Now, for x to the 4, sige, ano yung i-add natin sa 4 na maging divisible na siya by 3? Okay, so x to the 4, hindi pwede plus 1, no? Hindi pwede plus 1 since 5 lang yan, not divisible by 3. But if you multiply it by x squared, di ba, ano yung magiging result? X to the 6. So, di ba, 6 is divisible by 3. So, yung i-multiply mo dyan, x squared. Dito din, x squared. Now, for y raised to 7, paano yan? Anong i-add mo dito, no? Para maging divisible siya by 3? Y raised to 7 times, hindi pwede y raised to 1. Di ba? Kasi y raised to 8 lang yan. But if you try y raised to 2, ilan yan? Di ba? Magiging y raised to 9. And 9 is divisible by 3. So, kaya y squared, y squared. Ganyan. So, mag-add lang talaga kayo, no? Until maging divisible siya sa index. Ganyan yung technique. Pag hindi square root yung radical. Yan. May in-house po ba before the board? So, wala pong in-house sa Jersey po. Wala po. Sir, good evening po. Which mas better ngayon po? Maghanap ng DH or sa September tatapos po ng mga nag-review sa September season? As early as now, if kaya sa budget ninyo. Okay? Okay lang sir, any value kasi simplify naman. Pwede. You may. However, again, medyo redundant na. As much as possible, sa pag-add mo na lang, dapat medyo as simplified as possible na siya. Yan. Pwede any value. Tama. Pwede any value. Tapos simplify mo na lang pagkatapos. Pwede. Ayan. Dito, hinanap ko lang yung pinaka-closest value na divisible by 3. That was my goal. Para pagdating sa final answer, di na masyadong magsisimplify. Ayan. Konti na lang. Again, balikan ko yung concern, no? Good evening po. Which mas better ngayon? Maghanap ng DH or September? Tapos mo na review sa September season. If kaya sa budget ninyo, you may rent a B-house in advance. Kasi take note, marami kayo ngayon. In fact, no, first time na umabot yung section namin to section F. Normally, each semester, up to section D lang kami. Okay? So, ganyan kayo karami. And expect na lang that there will be new instructors, no? Dito sa Jersey in your next in September. Okay? Hopefully, yung mga magtatap, no? Ayan. Magtatap sa dispatch ngayong September, no? Yan, if ever meron. Okay? So, yan. So, as early as now, it will be better that if kaya sa budget ninyo. Ayan. Kasi makakapunuan talaga yan. No? Ang dami ninyo ngayon. Sir, good evening. Parehas lang po ba ang discussion sa FTF and online? Yes, pareho lang po. Okay? As much as possible, we don't want to deviate it. Okay? Ayan. Para fair, no? Para fair. Yan. Kasi separate na yung dashboard nyo sa online tsaka attend the face-to-face classes po. That would be from this Friday, we'll have logarithm.